It's Domi.
Dom.
Now at 9, a tragic death for the campus. UNLV mourns the death of a former professor and well-known actor.
A change at the top. UNLV football is making a huge change to their football program.
And still plenty to be thankful for. We'll tell you what is safe to eat and what isn't coming up next on Studio G.
Now, news that matters to you on campus and beyond. Live. You're watching Studio G.
Hi, thank you for joining us on Studio G. I'm Barry Sabine.
And I'm Mia Nakamura. And Barry, how was your Thanksgiving break?
My Thanksgiving break was awesome, Mia. I got well rested. I was able to watch the Macy's Day Parade. That's kind of a tradition in my house. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good. I had Friendsgiving, and this Thanksgiving break was an important time to also remember what we were thankful for.
Yes, and with the thankful for of a celebration of life, as we will show you one professor that used to work here and provide a spark to the UNLV community, but you may know him from this film.
On your limo drive. Nice bear.
Okay, Argyle, what do we do now?
Was hoping you could tell me. It's my first time driving a limo.
It's okay, it's my first time riding in one.
While the world may have known Clarence Giler as Argyle from Die Hard, here on campus was representative professor, respected professor for the film department for the past 16 years. Giler joined the UNLV community in 2006 when he for a 30-year film career, and then he redirected his focus towards teaching. According to the RJ, he had suffered from a long-term illness and no further details have been given available at this time. The UNLV community is mourning the loss, and Studio G will keep you updated on the updates on more information of the upcoming memorial.
While UNLV's football won the Cannon back over this weekend, Marcus Arroyo has been called as UNLV's head football coach. The team went 0-6 in 2020, 2-10 last season, and started 4-1 this season before dropping 6 straight. We'll have more on this later on in the show, so stay tuned.
The Las Vegas Paiute Reservation Police need your help in locating a missing teen. Saturday night, 16-year-old Nomi Armazeus was last seen on November 26 in the Snow Mountain Reservation area of the Paiute Reservation. Armazeus is now described as a 5'2", weighing 140 pounds and with a black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information connected to please ask to contact the Paiute Police Department at 702-471-0844.
The Scarlet and Gray Free Press is looking to Nevada's Board of Regents this Friday for a vote that could fund the paper and keep it in circulation. According to News 3, the Review Journal donates $40,000 annually, but without other supporters, it's nearly impossible to continue printing newspapers for free. The editor-in-chief of the paper, Vanessa Booth, said that a student fee will be the best course of action to solve this problem. Stay tuned for Thursday's show, where we'll talk with Booth in person about what could that mean for UNLV students.
The biggest active volcano on Earth is erupting right now, and it's happening in the United States. CNN reporter Amy Kelly reports on how the states are responding.
This whole thing right here that we're flying over right now, this is Mauna Loa. The world's largest active volcano is erupting in Hawaii for the first time in almost 40 years. It's happening on what's called the Big Island, which shares its real name with the state. The Census Bureau says just over 200,000 people live here. Scientists say the lava is flowing into the northeast rift zone. They say it should slow down in that flat terrain and likely stop before reaching the large town below.
We just are getting a little nervous from time to time, but it's at least a week away, and we're hopeful that it won't make it all the way to the town.
But many Hawaiians know the dangers of the volcanoes that shape their land. This video is from when nearby Kilauea erupted in 2018. It began a less dangerous recurrence last year, so this is a rare dual eruption on the island. To keep people safe, Hawaii's Emergency Management Agency says it has activated its operations center. A state official says the National Guard is on standby and the state health department is monitoring air quality.
I know a lot of this freaks people on the mainland out, but look, these are very rare instances. We follow them carefully with our geology folks, and we're okay.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The eruption of Mauna Loa has been somewhat of a surprise due to its long dormant state. But how can it have significant effects on the environmental and local community in Hawaii? Bree?
Thank you, Mia. Yes, as mentioned, Mauna Loa is known as the world's largest active volcano, and it erupted for the first time in nearly 40 years this past Sunday. The summit of Mauna Loa erupted at around 11:30 p.m. As you can see here, thermal tracking shows with the red and yellow showing the eruption taking place on the Big Island, and as smoke and ash has accumulated over the island. And here you can also see the sulfur dioxide that has been released as a result. Currently, it is too soon to say how long this effect and how it will affect Hawaii. Here, there is no immediate threat, and the National Service has announced that there will be a fall ash advisory. So we will keep you updated with that as more of information becomes available. Mia and Barry, back to you at the desk.
Nevada Department of Transportation is making changes to reduce wrong-way crashes. Drivers in the valley will soon see radar technology along the Interstate 15 and the US 95. A series of flashing lights will go off once the radar detects a driver is going the wrong way. 4 locations around the Las Vegas area located in Carson City along Interstate 500 are scheduled to receive the radars beginning next year. For more information, visit Nevada Department of Transportation.
And the World Cup has been taking over TV screens worldwide. We'll tell you what is at stake for Team USA next.
This is CJ, CEO of CJ's Produce. I'm the muscle, she's the brains.
It works.
My great-grandfather acquired Brantley Estates in the early 1950s. Mama Tia is my grandmother. She was actually the first in the family to get vaccinated. I was afraid. I came up with every excuse. My grandmother got her shot. I saw how strong she was. Why can't I? CJ needs his father to show him how to become a man. So I am fully vaccinated. I have somebody counting on me, so we made the leap.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
As holiday season approaches, flu season is in full effect, and many are looking for ways to avoid getting sick. UNLV students on campus today can prepare flu kits by making holiday kits from UNLV volunteers. Health and Wellness Council will be holding a flu kit making event from 12 to 1 p.m. in the SU. Along with kits, food will be also provided on a first come, first served basis. If you would like to register to this event, you can go through UNLV's Give Pulse website.
And if you still have any leftover Thanksgiving food, you might want to start tossing it or freezing it. Registered nurse Julie Thomas and our reporter Jay Thomas has more.
A lot of us have leftovers, but the big question is, what can I eat and how long can I keep it in the freezer or refrigerator until it goes bad?
Since Thanksgiving was last week, there is still a lot of leftover food. However, how long is too long to keep something, whether it's in the fridge, freezer, or left out? Registered nurse of 31 years, Julie Thomas, tells us what is good and what is not good.
So first of all, you got to know the temperature danger zone is 41 to 135. So if you have hot food sitting out for more than 4 hours, it can go bad and cause diseases. And cold food that sits out more than 6 hours, you have to toss that too, because that also can form diseases from sitting out too long. As far as the day after, you can put the food in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days, or you can freeze it for 2 to 6 months.
If you have any questions about the quality of your leftover food, visit U.S. Food and Administration or FDA on their website. Also, if your food has any strange odors or sticky or slimy feelings, make sure to throw it away. So make sure before you close that fridge or close that freezer, you are sure that the quality of your food is healthy.
So if you haven't yet, make sure you check it, pitch it, and or freeze it. Don't risk your health by keeping old foods. There's always next year.
From checking your freezer to checking your TV, the World Cup is on, and Team USA is ready to take on Iran at 11 a.m. for this crucial Group B matchup, deciding on who will advance into the knockout stages. Team USA needs to win. A loss or a draw would mean that Iran would advance to another group matchup B that is happening is England will be taking on Wales also at 11 a.m. Barring any one-sided victory from Wales, England will join the winner of the United States and Iran in the next round of competition for the World Cup. Earlier today, the results earlier today, Netherlands beat Qatar 2-0, and Senegal will beat Ecuador 2-1.
It was a big Thanksgiving sports break in Vegas, with the Running Rebels winning the SoCal Challenge, the Lady Rebels winning the Thanksgiving Tournament, and the UNLV Rebels football winning the Fremont Cannon. The Rebels took down the Wolfpack Saturday by a score of 27-22. It was a hard-fought game on both sides, but this last-second stand for the Rebels sealed it. The Cannon is back here at UNLV.
All right, as you see right here, the cannon was being brought in by the UNLV football players, and they are getting ready to paint it scarlet and gray. You see a whole bunch of football players getting there, doing the great tradition that has been going on for a while, and the only time students could probably do it this time. And in light of head coach Marcus Arroyo, he was fired from the team. Announcement coming just the morning of, right before the cannon was set to being painted. Arroyo finished his UNLV tender with a record of 7-23. UNLV looks to fill the vacancy as soon as possible.
Want someone that's going to obviously continue our recent success academically, but someone that is going to bring in a championship mindset to what we need to do. We want to be better than we are today, and that coach that comes in will have, we hope that person has, head coaching experience. That is a big key. It's a learning curve. But I think that at the same time, having someone that's going to be focusing on academics, focusing on winning championship, focusing on the student athlete experience at such a level that we've never seen before.
Do you think you're on?
Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game.
The Las Vegas Raiders winning their second walk-off overtime win in a row over the Seattle Seahawks Sunday, winning 40-34. And the Vegas Golden Knights begin their East Coast swing last night against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Vegas jumped out 2-0 lead, but 2 goals from Columbus would force a shootout. This allowed Paul Cotter to show off the moves and bury his beauty of a goal to lift the Golden Knights to the 3-4 win in the shootout.
The Golden Knights are set to hit against the ice Thursday against the Penguins in a bit of a slow week in Vegas sports. However, here to come back on Studio G tomorrow for highlights for more of the United States World Cup action against Iran.
And now, this is Studio G weather.
Hello everyone, my name is Brianna DeLeon and it is time for your daily weather forecast. Snow painted view behind me of this strip right here, and while we may not be having any snow anytime soon in the valley, we will be having some colder weather as we get close to the holiday season. Today we are at 47 degrees with a low wind speed of 4 miles per hour. Again, nothing too crazy, but we'll be getting colder as we approach finals coming up here soon. Having a view of the valley temperatures throughout the valley, it's going to be ranging without the mid 40s, 46. So here in UNLV, we're going to be at 47 degrees. It's going to go a bit higher, 49 and 52 in Sunrise, and just overall mid 40s to high and low 50s. For our 7-day forecast, the low of today this week is going to be the 55 degrees today on Tuesday. It's going to get a bit warmer as we go into the weekend, going into that high of 60 on Friday, but it's going to go back down again. So on Sunday, you're going to go down to 59 and Monday again at 55. And last year, we have the FIFA World Cup today. It's going to be at kickoff at 11 a.m. and temperatures there are going to be at 71 degrees. So we will see that there, and I'll pass it back to you guys over there at the desk.
Internships are a crucial part of students' growth at UNLV. We talked to the UNLV internship coordinator next.
CEO of CJ's Produce. I'm the muscle, she's the brains.
It works.
My great-grandfather acquired Brantley Estates in the early 1950s. Mama Tia is my grandmother. She was actually the first in the family to get vaccinated. I was afraid. I came up with every excuse. My grandmother got her shot. I saw how strong she was. Why can't I? CJ needs his father to show him how to become a man. So I am fully vaccinated. I have somebody counting on me, so we made the leap.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Today we have the internship coordinator, Dr. Dave Noes, live and in the studio. Welcome, Dave.
Pleasure to be here, Barry. Thanks so much.
So, your main job here is being the internship coordinator, the guider of a program in UNLV where every student has to, well, every journalism student has to take an internship. What is the importance of getting those students out of the classroom and into the workforce while they're students?
I mean, that's a great question. So really, what do we want? We want our graduates to be prepared for the jobs, not just of today, but of tomorrow, right? Does us no good if we're training students for a job of 2018 or 2019, right? So the best way our students can be prepared is if they leave UNLV with the skills that they know employers, organizations, businesses, enterprise institutions are looking for. So internships are a great way for students to take what they've learned in the classroom, apply them to the jobs of today that they'll be applying for tomorrow. So the internship is a great way that our students can get that practical experience and leverage everything that they've learned and potentially turn that into a great first job opportunity.
100% agree. How How do you, though, when those companies are coming to you and saying, hey, we have a great idea for our internship, how do you vet them and make sure you're not sending the students out?
Sure. What we don't want our students to do is go out and be, fancy dry clean picker-uppers or, coffee runners, things like that. We want the students to have this, ideally, as exceptional an experience as possible. We want it to be professional. We want our employers to work with our students and treat them the same way they would treat any entry-level employee. So the first thing that I'm going to look for when a company reaches out to us is I say, well, who's running this organization over there? What's the job description look like? What are the skills that that particular student is going to gain when they're working at this particular organization? The next thing I want to know is, what are the skills and background and education of the internship site supervisor? If they're looking at guiding and mentoring our students, but they don't necessarily have a background in social media management or public relations or broadcasting, how can they be a good mentor for our students? So I want to know that, number one, the job that our students are going to be doing is something that's going to be relevant and provide them a great experience that's going to enhance them professionally. Number two, are they going to be guided by somebody who can give them critical feedback, who can say, you know what, you're doing this great, but here's where you can improve, because that's what's going to make you a more marketable commodity when you graduate. Somebody who has the skills, that's been doing the work, who's been getting the guidance, really who can step into the workforce ready for the job that's going to meet them there.
Awesome. And how do students get to contact with you? So then they are ready to go and get the internship?
Light a fire, send me a smoke signal.
Yes.
If you don't like that idea, send me an email, come to my office. I'm on the ground floor of Greenspun Hall. Swing by anytime. We have information sessions a couple times every semester. There's an application that students can fill out on the JMS website. Go to unlv.edu/JMS. Click on the menu, select internships, fill out the application. It's just a quick Google form. That will alert me that you're interested in doing it, and then I'll get into contact and we can figure out next steps.
Well, you heard it here, and the holidays are coming up. What can you do around Vegas during the Christmas season? We'll have that for you next.
This is CJ, CEO of CJ's Produce. I'm the muscle, she's the brains.
It works.
My great-grandfather acquired Brantley Estates in the early 1950s. Mama Tia is my grandmother. She was actually the first in the family to get vaccinated. I was afraid. I came up with every excuse. My grandmother got her shot. I saw how strong she was. Why can't I? CJ needs his father to show him how to become a man. So I am fully vaccinated. I have somebody counting on me, so we made the leap.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Christmas has arrived at the Bellagio Conservatory, and here we're getting a live look at the Bellagio, where they took inspiration from whimsical childhood moments with larger-than-life holiday treats. And if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, or dad, then you should check out everything the Bellagio has to offer. And look at that, a giant life-size gingerbread house that hopefully you can walk into. And Barry, what are other things that Las Vegas is offering?
And Las Vegas is getting ready to twice the enchantment this year. The light maze and visual of spectacular enchantment has arrived in Resorts World and the Las Vegas Ballpark. You can escape to any illuminating winter wonderland with animated lights, sculptures, live entertainment, and even Mr. and Mrs. Claus will be there as well. Tickets go on sale, and they will be going until January 1st.
Well, from one winter wonderland to another, the popular holiday display is returning to Sam's Town Casino. The holiday-themed attraction that goes back to 1994 with animated teddy bears that comes to life. Sounds a little scary, but have no fear. There's laser shows and performances that will happen every night throughout the year. And Barry, are you going to go to any of these?
Oh, I definitely want to check out that gingerbread house. That looks so fun.
I know, and it's life size. Come on, who wouldn't want to go?
I might want to take a bite out of it.
A bite?
Yep.
I know. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Studio G.
And I'm Barry Sabine. We'll see you guys tomorrow.